We know what we are, but know not what we may be. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. Be not afraid of greatness. The course of true love never did run smooth. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Expectation is the root of all heartache. Speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast. Hell is empty, and all the devils are here. The earth has music for those who listen. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Doubt thou the stars are fire, but never doubt I love. What's done cannot be undone. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. The empty vessel makes the loudest sound. A peace is of the nature of a conquest, for then both parties nobly are subdued. No legacy is so rich as honesty. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. If music be the food of love, play on. Ignorance is the curse of God. Knowledge is the wing wherewith we fly to heaven. With mirth and laughter, let old wrinkles come. Such as we are made of, such we be. The love of heaven makes one heavenly. Things won or done, joy's soul lies in the doing. To be or not to be, that is the question. There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. They do not love that do not show their love. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. Talking isn't doing. It is a kind of good deed to say well, and yet words are not deeds. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Reputation is an idol and most false imposition. oft got without merit, and lost without deserving. Things done well and with a care exempt themselves from fear. I wasted time, and now doth time waste me. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Some rise by sin, and some by virtue fall. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. Virtue is bold, and goodness never fearful. The robbed that smiles steals something from the thief. To do a great right, do a little wrong. Love sought is good, but given unsought is better. The course of true love never did run smooth. Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. I had rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad, and to travel for it too. Nothing can come of nothing. Heat not a furnace for your foe so hot that it do singe yourself. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Our doubts are traitors, and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. Love is too young to know what conscience is. It is a wise father that knows his own child. How far that little candle throws its beams, so shines a good deed in a naughty world. This, above all, to thine own self be true. Love is not love that alters when it alteration finds. Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. Life every man holds dear, but the dear man holds honor far more precious dear than life. There's many a man has more hair than wit. I must be cruel, only to be kind. Love is a smoke made with the fume of sighs. Sweet mercy is nobility's true badge. I like not fair terms and a villain's mind. Time and the hour run through the roughest day. Listen to many, speak to a few. And oftentimes excusing of a fault doth make the fault the worse by the excuse. Most dangerous is that temptation that doth goad us on to sin in loving virtue. 'Tis best to weigh the enemy more mighty than he seems. Fishes live in the sea as men do a land. The great ones eat up the little ones. Brevity is the soul of wit. When we are born, we cry that we are come to this great stage of fools. Desire of having is the sin of covetousness. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. If to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, chapels had been churches, and poor man's cottages princes' palaces. As soon go kindle fire with snow, as seek to quench the fire of love with words. If Shakespeare's words made you pause and reflect today, stay tuned for part 2. There are still many harsh truths about life we continue to ignore. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you won't miss it.